Dan, I want to switch to you. You are deep in the woods on data and software in blockchain, and really, it's the most important thing about blockchain is that it's transparent and open, and that is all about data. And there's more and more data. So please tell us, like from your perspective, what are the biggest trends that are happening, and what's exciting in your neck of the woods in crypto right now?
Yeah, sure. So I guess taking a step back, just thinking about how markets evolve, and Greg, you alluded to this around kind of the institutionalization and kind of the maturation of the marketplace, and we've seen this with traditional finance as well over the last call it 50 or 60 years. Markets become more sophisticated. To succeed in markets that become more sophisticated, you need to become more sophisticated. That involves better data collection, better data processing. Not only just that, but you also need to select providers that can actually scale with you. And that's one of the reasons why people, among many, like to work with Luke. And what we found is, the ability to continue to expand and meet customer needs on the data side, for their business. So I guess where we're really going with this is it doesn't matter if you are, pre-trade or post-trade or anywhere in between. It doesn't matter really where you sit in the house, front office, middle office, or back office. At the end of the day, data drives a lot of things across what every business does, right? So you either run your business with it day to day, you make informed decisions about your business, or really just focus on growing your business and making decisions, right? So, the role of data is becoming, more perverse, and what we're seeing in the marketplace, going back several years, you would take a handful of data sets, but what we're seeing, particularly from our hedge fund customers, is they're wanting more data. They're wanting higher volumes of data. They want the data quicker than what they previously did. And they also want us to continue to push our data sets in new areas that it hasn't been before, right? Particularly one of them is being risk management. So again, just to build on two things that Greg really mentioned that resonated was, the kind of institutionalization of the marketplace, but also a more focus on risk management as well. So, given some of our core data sets, you mentioned about sector classifications. We have sector classifications that leads to index construction, and now we're also seeing more demand for risk-based data sets as well. And again, I think that's attuned to kind of the market maturing.
Dan, you spent your career doing fintech and data on the traditional finance side. What is it about this side, the blockchain? It's transparent, it's open, perhaps, but what is so exciting about blockchain data?
It's so diverse, and I think this came up in one of the previous panels. I think it was the gentleman from Coinbase, actually, the institutional research, thought it was going to be very, a benefit to work with so much data, but then they realized how difficult it actually is to work with the data. And quite frankly, is one of the reasons why we have products is our customers have come to us to solve problems, right? So why people think, everything is on chain, I can see everything, it's immutable, it is the truth, I can see all through history. Decentralization brings a lot of benefits, and I don't think anybody up here would contest that. But what it doesn't bring is standards, right? So while you think the data is all readable on chain, without standard setters or normalization of data, it can actually be incredibly difficult to work with, right? When you move beyond Bitcoin, and some of the exchanges, they don't even agree on what the Bitcoin ticker is, depending on, and you're talking about the largest asset, right? So as you get down the rabbit hole, you see that the rabbit holes have rabbit holes, and it gets actually quite complex, right? An example of this is what we refer to as crypto actions, right? Which is corporate actions, or crypto's equivalent of corporate actions, right? So you see a crypto action that take place, could be a hard fork, it could be a redenomination or something of this nature, but not all the exchanges will behave in the same manner, right? So some may support the new asset, some may not. If exchanges do behave in the same way, they may not do so at the same time, right? So you start to kind of get down the spider web of difficulty, and we have dedicated teams that literally focus on this day in and day out. And it allows our customers to, again, focus on growing their business and less on the data logistics.